Good evening, ladies and gents. Bear with me. Setting up the camera. Welcome to the Wednesday Witching Hour with your host, New Local Austin. Struggle Bus. Struggle Bus. Hey, everybody. We work on getting rid of that music. Hey, welcome to the Struggle Bus edition. I have been living the dream, y'all. Only Oscars was looking up snails and aquatic spiders. But where were the spiders? Got tools laying on the desktop. Been one heck of a ride for me. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna hang out with you guys, and then I'm gonna change all this water behind me. My mother had knee surgery. It went well. My sister is on top of the situation now, and I go to work tomorrow. And I come back to take care of these tanks tonight, and then I get some rest tomorrow during the day, and I go to work tomorrow night. And before what I left work on Sunday and took a nap after I changed the rear rotors and brakes on my car because I got an oil change and the brakes were due, so I took care of it. $350 for a brake job nowadays, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Emma Rose. Hey, only Oscars. Huawei. Aquatic Moose. Moose Cuz in the house. Coral Works. Saw you were barbecuing something. Stephen P. 2003. Welcome, welcome to the Struggle Bus. Struggle Bus. Oh, and then like the early birdie is like at 10:30 p.m. CC Aquatics Escapes gave a hello, and Huawei They were here early. Look at that. Congrats. Extra credit. Mexicali, hello. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, man. So it's been a struggle bus. Knee surgery. Hey, man, don't do it if you're bored. You know what I mean? Like, do it because it's necessary. It works, but it looks uncomfortable. But yeah, she went to her first physical therapy today, got the leg brace off. I think that was like the worst part was 36 hours with a leg brace, keeping your leg straight. Ugh. Anyway, we got it done. Um, and I made it back. But yeah, man, I'm tired. Like I don't understand. Like I don't have any kids, so I've never done like parenting. I've done like nursing work and stuff like that, but that's like shift work. You know what I mean? Like it's different when it's your family and you're there for like a 24-hour period. So like you're going to sleep, then waking up, and then going to sleep, then waking up. Like I don't know, man. New parents, like congratulations. You have attained a skill and gone through something that I have not. Wow. But good times had by all. I'm thankful my knees work. Only out in June, you did the brakes on your car. That's how you met your husband. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, if you're willing to make it a pain in your butt, you know what I mean? Like, you can save money, but it's a pain in the butt. Figure it out. But yeah, brakes aren't too hard. I mean, it only really requires like two tools, but you know, why bring two tools to a party when you could bring eight? Anyway, and I have my neighbor Riley, name my neighbor Toolman Riley. He's got all the tools, and so it's pretty awesome because he just comes over and checks on me every once in a while, make sure I'm not running amok. Which I do need supervision. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like a mechanic, I am not, but yeah, I can do some simple things, and I'll look stuff up on YouTube and like figure it out. I'll take apart my whole dishwasher before I pay somebody to come over and do something with it. Because I could take the whole thing apart, throw it away, and get a new one. You know what I mean? Like, which half the time you call somebody out to come and look at your stuff, they just tell you you need a new one anyway, you know? So save myself money there. Oh, that's not the thing I want to be adjusting. I want to adjust this. Oh, can we do two? Let's do two. It's kind of nice. Seems a little low. But then we get the light in there. All right, a little low is better, looks like. So yes, we have my Molly's gift of vibes via some aquascaper uh, at Aquashella. I don't think last year. I think it was the year before. So 2 years ago. Oh my goodness. Time flies. I'm definitely looking forward to getting to hang out with some of my peeps and going up to Dallas. Right, exactly. Buy a new one with a warranty. Yep, yep. Yeah, they are. And these guys got just a little bit of glitter on them on the body and sometimes the face, and their eyes are still silver, which is really nice. But I like them because they're fat and they got that Molly face. The lower jaw sticks out just a little bit. You know what I mean? Let's give these guys a little bit of this miracle flake here. Get his attention. Is he gonna come back over here? Oh, I fed these guys earlier, so they're not as hungry as I like to keep them for showtime. So if they're lackluster tonight, it's because I didn't withhold food. Yeah, I did a lot of clearing out of the tank that in this picture is on the right. Did a lot of clearing out of that one. Did a fair amount of clearing out of the other one, but as you can see, the jungle val is all just like still like looking like a wall, even though I kind of made like a pathway through there and everything. So I'm gonna trim down some of that stuff in the middle, and I'm gonna let the sides be uh the sides be tall, but have like a clear like shot down towards the back of the tank, so that I can get some more depth. Because like mid ground in this tank, because this tank is very deep. Because both of these tanks we're looking at are 20 longs, so they're very deep. But you can see all the way back on the one on the right, and the other one you can't. But it's just because I have stuff from left to right, like going back about halfway, that would cover the whole thing. So I just need to shorten some of that stuff and see if it'll stay short or see if I keep having to trim it. I wonder. You know what I mean? Like the weeds in my my biggest example of this is from yard work. The the dandelions and what like milk thistle and all that stuff those weeds will come up in the yard, and if I mow them, they'll grow back. But when they grow back, their leaves are splayed out and they stay down low to the ground. Like they respond to the environment. You know what I mean? So I'm curious. I mean, like I know like regular grass will just continue to grow straight up as tall as it can go. You know what I mean? Like so I don't have a lot of high hopes for the valve to like not grow past a certain height if I keep trimming it, but I wonder if it will. These guys, yeah, they like to just swim through it. You know what I mean? Like it's a curtain, because if they don't swim directly at a blade, it'll just move to the left or right of them. It kind of like brushes against them. I think they like that. I know the angels do. I would like them to have more space. Uh, and I've cleared out that one a lot, but it still looks the same. But you can see the fish better, so it's pretty good. That's the next shelf up. I can put it up. I can put it up. I can adjust it very easily in just a little while. Yeah, well, thank you, June, and I will get you another box this spring, and we'll talk about your specific needs and like how much of what, because you've seen I can get a lot of stuff in the box. You know what I mean? But you may want more of one thing than another, and we'll just talk about it. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'll definitely get you another box out, and like yeah, I would appreciate it. These fish need flakes. You know what I mean? And if you're willing to like pay for the shipping, you know what I mean? Like that is like the biggest hurdle. You know what I mean? Like I want to get you plants. Like I think it's cool. Um, well, yeah, the Oscars are bigger. Yeah. So, yeah, and you can see it when you look down. Yeah. I mean, like, I guess I kind of was doing that because I was looking down at it and I was clearing out the thinner areas. You know what I mean? I'm like leaving like the thickest areas together and basically just clearing out in front of the glass to start. You know what I mean? And then the middle going to the left or right, like depending on like uh the hardscape. Because I think both of those tanks have like smaller pieces of wood. Like that's a piece of wood sticking up in that one on the right. And I've got some smaller pieces of wood than that. But like I've got lots of pieces of wood. I bought like a box of it that is currently got spiders in it. Okay, Steven. So it just gets more defiant and like grows taller. It's like, I will just try harder. Yeah. And you know what I mean? Like, hey, look, it's a strategy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like, life is about choices. You know what I mean? Like, find out, fool around, find out. Um, yeah. So I've actually like been getting up every 4 hours for a couple days, then went from work into a break job into drive down to Houston. So I'm a little out of it right now, but I'm drinking some coffee. I made sure mom got to her appointments. You know what I mean? Like I did good. I did good. I feel good about it. Yeah, and I knew that she was going to be in a lot of pain and stuff like that, but she's moving around really well for what I was thinking was going to happen. So that's always good when the situation exceeds your practical expectations. You know what I mean? So it's very good. So yeah, I just got to call. I just got to call and check in for a few days. Next week, I think I'm going to do the Witching Wednesday hour on. I think I'm going to do it on Tuesday, and I apologize ahead of time, just like I get apologized to when people are streaming. So I apologize to everybody on Tuesday, but that leaves more space on Wednesday, so that's good. Um, but I'm gonna go back. I'm going back on Wednesday, so I won't be in the fish room on Wednesday. I'll be in the fish room on Tuesday. So we're going to adjust. I like to be consistent with my Wednesday, but I got life. I got life happening, rock. But life is pretty good. Everybody's healthy. You know what I mean? Like I always worry about mom with all the anesthesia and all of that. I mean, it whacks everybody out, but like she's confused for a good minute. You know what I mean? Like it was like a little while. It was funny, but she did really really well. So yeah, I'm proud of her for that. The good stuff, bro. Oh yeah, no, she was in capable hands. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, like there was she was in pain. You know what I mean? I was tired. You know what I mean? Like, it got MTV Real World. A couple times. You know what I mean? But like, words were spoken, feelings were felt. That's apparently the stuff. It's one thing to It's one thing to hang out in your house and not go anywhere, and not really talk to anybody. You know what I mean? And pretend like you got it all figured out. Now, sometimes you gotta get out there and roll around in the dirt and see if your values stick. You know, see if all this learning and personal growth that you've done, you know what I mean, like how it's working out. And I can tell you right now, man, I got a lot to work on. You know what I mean? Like good stuff, good stuff. Got a lot to work on. George RB3, you rock, bro. I think you were down either seeing your mother-in-law or your mother at some point, like in this past year. You were taking care of something, man. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm talking about, man. You know, you got to rally around the family. Like and subscribe. So on my journey, I get to Houston, and when I get to Houston, I don't spend a lot of time in Houston. And when I'm in Houston, I mean, like, I don't really like follow any of the radio stations or anything like that. So what I have been doing is I catch Sunny 99.1 in Houston. I think some of my Houston peeps know it. And they are they're one of the channels that does Delilah. Everybody knows Delilah. It's like I think that's coast to coast. Like I think in any large metropolitan area, you can probably catch her show. And she does dedications. People call in, they talk about their loved one, their problems and whatnot. Very supportive community type thing. And I was like, dang, man, like, yeah, man, like a lot of our fish community stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you were a radio DJ, you'd be Delilah. Just like, just remember that, you know, life throws struggles your way and, you know, you can do it with a little bit of grit and some support from your friends. And like, hey, man, we're all rooting for you. So if you want to hear a song for that special loved one of yours, feel free to call and and we'll get that song off for you. There you go, June. Eventually, you will deal with a family member. Remember, the first one in diapers wins. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a strategy. You know what I mean? Like, it's and as a nurse, and when I started in the healthcare field, I was a nursing assistant. So, like, my job was, you know, taking care of diapers and things like that. And I mean, still today, you know what I mean? But it begs the question when you're in the industry and you find yourself with so much time doing that. It's like, is it worse to be the person wearing the diaper or the person changing the diaper? And it's just like it's a toss up. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a toss up. And I'm on the non-diaper side of it. I haven't worn a diaper in a long time. I can think of a couple of occasions where it would have helped had I been wearing a diaper. But those times are rare, and I love that. You know, only Oscars, I'm not sure because like the way the radio like plays and stuff like that, it seems like somebody's calling in, but I feel like all of these are like pre-recorded and like cut up. You know what I mean? And like put together. Like I'm not even sure like Delilah is live. You know what I mean? Like it could be, but it might not be. No begging unless it's me begging my wife for fish. There you go, Doc Awesome. Special hello to you, sir. Welcome in. Welcome in. I understand as of last week you were back stateside, and congratulations on your international travels and all your endeavors, sir. I appreciate your hard work. Uh, we used to call the station and talk to the DJ. Only Oscars. Yeah, I have a co-op run radio station here in town that runs on out of the UT campus and stuff like that. And they do fund drives, funding drives and stuff like that in order to keep it on. And I listen to that radio station all the time. It's KUTX, and I believe you can get it on the internet as well. And I think they have three digital stations. The one that's actually on the radio, and then there's, well, maybe it's four, and then one that is Texas music. So it's connected to Texas somehow. Either somebody's from Texas, or the band was from Texas, or it was recorded in Texas. And then I can't remember what the third one is, but they also have a public radio station um, that they're affiliated with. So good times. Yeah, so they have like different nights and stuff like that. Like on Friday evenings during rush hour, it's Happy Feet dance party, and man, this guy might be my mom's age, and my mom is like 80. He might be a little bit younger, but he plays like all like old school stuff, and they end their program with Soul Train song like every time. But yeah, it's really amazing. That one's on Fridays on yeah. So there's different stuff. Sunday nights is Latin American music. Um, Saturday night is Uptown Saturday night. So it's a lot of doo-wop and soul oldies and stuff like that. Like that a whole lot. Yeah, exactly. Only Oscars, and like that knee probably needed surgery like 20 years ago. You know what I mean? But she's been limping along with it. But it was definitely like impacting her life. Like she can't get around and do things that she needs to do. So yeah, hopefully with this knee surgery, she's fighting for better mobility. You know what I mean? Like I think it's already better, but if she puts in the work, like she'll be dooting around and doing good. I met her physical therapist, real nice gentleman, and she's been working with him for a while, and they were actually doing some physical therapy for her leg before she decided to get knee surgery. So they've been working together for a while, so they were like preparing for it and stuff like that. So she's doing real good, and she listens to this guy, and this guy seems to know what he's doing. So thumbs up all around. I'm very happy with that. Um, so these are my Aquashella mollies, and this is two 20-gallon longs with sponge filters. Yeah, that is true, Doc Awesome. Yeah, man, you're gonna actually with how you travel and everything, you're gonna actually have to like stop for the knee surgery and like take a beat. You know what I mean? Like that first 2 weeks is really, really hard, and then it gets better after that. But like I think it's like 6 to 8 weeks, man. You know what I mean? So like that's like 2 months. You know what I mean? And I know that you there's not a lot of times that you spend 2 months. You know what I mean? And like that would be like 2 months, like no complications or anything. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, you're gonna have to actually plan for that one, buddy. So I don't know how you're gonna do that, but that's why you've been putting it off. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, you don't have it until it's gone. Like, I was worried about the situation because I was dealing with it right after surgery, and then that next day before we went for physical therapy, and she had to wear a leg brace the whole time, so her leg is completely straight. So you just had knee surgery and your leg is like kept completely straight. It's just like it's yeah, it's cruel. It's cruel. It's necessary, but it looks cruel and unusual. It's just like you can't balance, you can't bend your leg. Like that's lame. So I was so happy to see her get rid of that today. Yes, sir. They were rescued from Aquashella 2 years ago by Vibes, and his sister got some of these and was trying her first tank out. And haven't had a lot of babies, but it's definitely like manageable. And there are some babies and some juveniles growing up. So the colony has stayed like pretty together. So I like that. I'm pretty happy with it. It's one of my few live bears that isn't like uh that isn't replicating itself at a unmanageable rate. You know what I mean? So that's good. The mollies will always the mollies will always be an afterthought and be like, yeah, you know what? I can give you a couple of these. Let me show you what I've got. You know what I mean? Sort of a thing. But I'm always going to be um, pushing for, I'm always going to be pushing guppies and uh, and swordtails, but the guppies are much more prolific. But I do have a tank of uh, I do have a tank of endlers and a big a big full grown and very wide, and I think she's smiling. Red tail is has jumped over from the tank next door in there and hides from me when I'm feeding, because she knows she's not supposed to be in there, but I think she's in there and she's eating all of the Endler babies, so that colony in that tank isn't exploding. So um I think I might need to do that in some of these tanks to slow down the population, and then that's a great way to get females like ready to mate and breed. They can be by themselves, not harassed by males, and fatten up on fry. You know what I mean? And then go make some fry of their own. Right, June? Because if your Oscars breed, like, what are the clutches like on average for like an Oscar? Because it's like hundreds, right? Like it's not like 30. It's like a lot more than that, right? Yeah, hundreds. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, because that's kind of like the angelfish. And wild Oscars have like about 500 fry. Yeah, I would think that it would slow down in a tank. In the wild, you need 500 fry so that, 30 of them can make it. Oh, I'm glad to talk to you guys after a long week, man. I've been on task. I've been doing what I'm supposed to do, you know what I mean? Or what I feel like I need to do, and things are good. I've been busier than I wanted to be and had more things to do than I wanted to, but because of that, I did more things. Because left to my own devices, I am incredibly lazy. So I'm happy in that regard. I'm continuing to ramp up on activity. So yeah, only Oscars, you keep getting pulled off task. Yeah, that's my life. That's kind of how I work. But I feel like as I get things set up and in motion and stuff like that, like changing the water and watering plants and messing around in the yard with a little bit of gardening. You know what I mean? Like I should be able to just kind of wander around like a toddler all day and entertain myself on my day off and get things done. Your retirement has made you a sloth. Y- Yes, I feel like I'm just like coming out of a sloth phase. I mean, I've still been going to work, but I work 12-hour shifts, so I'm able to like get by with working 3 days a week. It's every weekend, which is inconvenient, but it's a sweet gig. I just have not been getting anything done on my 4 days off. And I just want to be a little bit more productive. Like I want my tanks to look better. You know what I mean? Like, just stuff, but I always put it off to the last minute. And then, oh, that looked like breeding activity right there. That looked like two eagles locked and then falling back to earth. Dun, 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 dun. It's been overcast. It's overcast here now. I think it was overcast when I left, and then when I was in Houston, it was overcast as well. So it has been a gray, cloudy sky. Although I did see the sun drop below the clouds as a big red ball, and set. It was interesting on my drive home. The wildflowers are out along the freeways. Thank you, Lady Bird, for your legacy of beautifying America's interstates. Hey, you're welcome anytime. I'm just glad you're here. Welcome in, Hoggin Hills Designs. We are watching Molly's and enjoying the fish room after a week. Yeah, ours has been in the 70s. Like it seems like June when in Texas when there's cloud cover and it's overcast, there's not as much of a temperature sway at night at all or during the day. So then it's only like a 15-degree difference during the day, most at most. But it could be 30 degrees when there's no lid on anything with the sun coming out during the day and um, cooler temps at night. Oh yeah, which of the H's has the has the chat right now? I know you're both there, but which one of you is operating the keyboard? The keyboard. Excuse me. There we go. Hang on, folks. I'm grabbing my chair. Let's see. Let's see how that works. Blam. All right, guys. Nice. Well, hopefully playful smacking of Jake. So you ended up with more snow and that made your greenhouse situation worse. So you guys are gonna have to get that figured out. That sucks, bro. But you got to get it all figured out by like next like fall, right? Well, fall for me, like the beginning of winter for you guys. You know what I mean? So you have like all season to get your greenhouse back in order. So you can do it. You can do it one piece at a time. Didn't cost me a dime. Oh man, we lost Shady Grady. One of the good ones. Won't be another one like that one. But nobody comes together in sad times like that to speak truth about who they were and what they were about. You know what I mean? Than this community. So okay, so you guys don't use it in the wintertime. So you're using it during the summertime. Okay, well then I'm completely wrong, and that sucks worse. I mean, like that just proves that I only have book knowledge of your climate. I don't actually know because I live in Texas, which is a completely different place. It's the same latitude as North Africa. You know what I mean? Why? Yeah, June, we lost a good one, man. I saw something on Facebook, but that was not, they did not use Shady Grady's name. So I was like, I think, I think I probably know who that is, but it's not coming to me with the street name and picture. But yeah, he was supposed to be at the class last year, I think somebody was saying in that chat. And they were sad that they had missed him because he didn't get it didn't work out for him to be there at the class last year. Yeah, it's fairly recent, and like I've been scrolling, sitting next to my mom, scrolling while she's falling asleep watching baseball. That's right. That's the name. That's the name. I just didn't know his. I didn't know his name. I knew him as. I knew him from chat. But yeah, a good dude, and he's been with us for a while. He's one of the OGs, making chat a friendly place and sharing experience and knowledge and support with all of us. So just keep your eyes and ears out, ladies and gentlemen. If the family needs anything or anything like that, our community will bring attention to it, and it will get remedied like it do. Okay, that's what. So yeah, nobody found out until last night. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what day it was because I've been passing out pain meds every 4 hours for a couple days now. So it was one of those. It was one of those points. Like I think it was early this morning. I think it was like it was in between 3 and 4 in the morning, and I was like, "So we're getting up in like 3 hours? All right, okay." And I woke up. I woke up again in 3 hours, and I took a shower, and that totally changed the direct trajectory and allowed me to carry the day. I think without that, we wouldn't have made the physical therapy appointment on time. So that was good. Only ask because you've been busy with the hubby. Yep. Yeah, no, this community is good for that. You guys are pretty much my social life. I keep up with like 2 or 3 people, but only by like pebbling them with memes. I see them maybe once a year if I'm lucky. You know what I mean? Like I just don't hang, man. And I love that my mother is blessed with neighbors checking in on her and flowers and uh, gifts of chocolates so that she can like watch her Astros and eat some chocolates with her leg elevated. You know what I mean? Like it's real nice. I love her community and everything. I just realized that I have introverted tendencies now. And yeah, it's just like uh, small talk conversation is I wouldn't say it's hard for me. I mean I guess that would be yeah, it is like more difficult for me now, but like the whole experience just feels alien. You know what I mean? Like it's pleasantries like exchanged and whatnot, but I don't know. I feel like I'm underwater or something. I don't know. I it's hard to explain. Can't really put it into words. But I mean, like most of this program is small talk and like hanging out and stuff like that. So I guess I do get it, but it has to be the right people. I don't know. I don't know. The more I try to talk about it, the less sure I am what my point is. And even if I got my point across, I don't think that it would be the correct way to describe it. So like let's just sit in silence and marinate on that for a second. Hmm. Communication is hard. Why bother? Question mark. There's no way I'm going to be able to watch them all, but I got gifted a membership to the Aquarian Co-op, and I have to be like a good part of the way through the month. Um, what is the best like speaker? The best speaker vid that I need to check out. I think I think that of what they offer with the membership, I think that is like the speakers that they have are the point of interest I have most interest in. I'll just go check it out. But if anybody has a favorite, throw it in the chat because I'm not going to be able to watch it all this time around. But if I continue to participate and be a good community member by trying hard, I could get rewarded with a free membership every once in a while and enjoy those perks. Hoggin Hill, you put a link to the community post to his obituary. Please go and leave a message. And yeah, and you know what? A lot of times that happens. You know what I mean? The family is always like impressed, and sometimes finding out for the first time about them being a big part of the community, and they end up talking to some members of the community, but they don't reach out to the community in any way. And then in other times, um, the wife has reached out through their uh, through their loved one's account and thanked everybody for the support and everything, and just was like, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that but we really do, like appreciate you guys and everything, and you guys were a big part of his life, and that's awesome." You know what I mean? Like, so it depends. Grief is weird. You know what I mean? Like, there's no wrong way to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I guess technically, if you feel like you're doing the grieving process wrong, that in and of itself might not be the best way to grieve. You know what I mean? But I mean, everybody acts different. You know what I mean? Like, some people want to be around people, some people don't want to be around people. Like, so we just got to support them however we can. Oh, Dr. Mazerol. Yeah, Doc, I've met him at and seen him talk at the Clash before. So yeah, I'll definitely see what he was talking about. And and I will definitely check that one out. That's a good point. That's a good point, Doc Awesome. But yeah, I mean, like, look, we choose who we spend our time with, and we choose like who we're giving our energy to. You know what I mean? And I believe if that wasn't true, then people wouldn't be trying to control the news cycle. You know what I mean? And put their stuff in front of people and put their stuff in front of more people. Make you watch the same commercial 35 times to make sure that they hit everybody. You know what I mean? Like if there wouldn't be so many people trying to get your attention if your attention doesn't give something. If you're not giving something away when you give your attention to something. So yeah, that's true. Dr. Mazarol has never been to the class. I'm thinking, haha, I'm thinking Coletti. My bad. That makes me look horrible. Like I think all Italians are the same or something. That's not cool. That's rude, bruh. I I apologize to Dr. Mazarol and to Doc Otham on his behalf. Oh, Gary Lang's coming out to the Findig. Yeah, that's true. He's got interesting information and takes on so many different fish and stuff like that. So whatever he decides to talk about and share is probably going to stir up some inspiration in you. You know what I mean? Like that's really really cool. Now I don't believe I've ever met Dr. Mazarov. You'll always be Doc Austin to me, buddy. Tone 4 flashback. Hey Jim, is your cigarette loud, bruh? Like, is that what's going on? Tone 4 flashback. And that's what Siri did to you. Well, Doc, well, I mean, like, look, I'm easily fooled. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people tell you that. They're not wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it happens. Oh no, Cece's hearing everything twice. Someday, someday, sweet Doc, awesome Mazeral. It's loud. Yeah, Jim, for sure, brah. This caffeine's working. I'll tell you that. Brought the pot in here. I mean, I drink coffee a lot of times just for fun. You know what I mean? Because I like to feel the wind in my hair. But tonight I actually need it. So it's actually tasting like extra sweet. It's extra good tonight. That's right. I'm new local Austin or NLA. I mean, you can call me Michael, but I'll just assume you're talking to one of the other 30 Michaels in my vicinity. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of Michaels out there. Half of them are Mikes. I mean, I don't like like the people whose last names I know, like it's because it's like in their name. Like Bob Kaler, you know what I mean? Like Bob Steamfot. I guess I'm just doing Bob's. Like Bob Cratchit? No, that's from Christmas Carol. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, yeah, some people I know their last name, but it's because they use Jeff Pelham. You know what I mean? Like, it's because they're using their last name. Um, but yeah, I was I was tongue in cheeking the anonymity and the just like everyone else, like my moniker in the chat is Phineas, my common goldfish. You know what I mean? Like very prevalent in the hobby. Very, there are many of us. You know what I mean? Like just like yeah, I didn't want to be like I'm an expert in anything because I was coming at this from like the novice side of the hobby. Like I'm still under 10 years here, man. Like closer to five. Maybe seven. I'm not sure when exactly it started at this point. Then they're all starting to blur together for me. But that comes with getting closer to 50, I believe. You know what I mean? Like it just keeps going faster, and I keep paying less attention. You know what I mean? And I think that is one of the things that like helps like time continue to speed up as we age. Ooh, didn't sleep well last night. I didn't either. I'm sleeping. I'm laying down and I'm gonna let myself lay down for 12 if I can. You know what I mean? But if I get up a little bit early tomorrow before my shift, like so be it. I will have slept a good amount. I'm planning on going to bed early tonight. I'm planning on going to bed around like 3 or 4 in the morning. Yeah, Doc, that's what I'm saying. I'm a young boy, you know what I mean? But like I don't remember in like my 20s, like I don't remember time going as fast as it does now. Cece can't sleep because her back hurts, but you're here. So we got that going for us. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. Hopefully you can get comfortable. I'm like not trying to hype anybody up because I know it is the middle of the night for most of you guys, and you Monday through Friday guys, like it's Wednesday night, so you're past the halfway point. Booyah. You know what I mean? Just lean into it and go with the momentum, and it'll be the weekend before you know it. Doc, awesome. You did not. You turned 65? Ah, June's got you beat by a year. There you go, buddy. Just in case, just in case you're wanting to make friends with older ladies. Doc, awesome. June's here for you. She's a good friend to have, especially if you need Oscars or you got extra Saswasser tank. She likes that Saswasser tank, man. Yes, you are, June. Yes, you are. Congratulations. Do they still call them cougars in California, or are they calling them pumas or something different? The puma might, I think the puma is actually a different animal, and they have those in Florida still somewhere, living on snakes and lizards. That's awesome, June. I'm glad that it's hanging on because I mean, like, mine was growing well in this hard water I have and stuff like that. So I was like hoping that it was going to do well for you. But not everybody's water conditions are compatible. And I was like, well, how's it going to go? But I'm glad it went well for you. And I am not running low on supply, so I can get you more. That's the sort of thing we'll talk about. And I'll try to get you some choice cuttings of this Anubias that I got running around in here. I think if I put some water in the bag, but then inflate the bag, and uh, if I inflate the bag with air and then seal it, it'll be like a bubble, and it can go in the package with everything else and not get crushed. So that's my plan for the Anubias, um, with mailing it, and I think that while it might take up more package space, would prevent it from getting crushed, which is ideal. Okay, well, yeah, Doc, I can get you hooked up too, man. Like I said, like yeah, we'll do. Well, yeah, we'll do a plant deal. You know what I mean? And if you'll pay for shipping and give me a little bit of money for the plant so that I can keep some buy some fish food with it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not looking to make huge profits here. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make it a business or anything like that. But it would be nice to get a little bit for the propagation so that my successes can help me feed my failures. Yeah, so I think that'll be fun. So we'll get all that hooked up. Um, Send me an email. You can find me on fishfam.link at New Local Austin. Oh yeah. Okay, so see your bubble wrapping, and that seems to do well. The first fish I sent in the mail, I sent to Doc Awesome, and I used the water bottle method where you have a water bottle and you put the fish in the water bottle and it doesn't get crushed. And yeah, it was a good shipment. You know what I mean? Like it went well, and like that encouraged me to like continue on. You know what I mean? Still not my least favorite part of the hobby, mailing fish and stuff like that. But if I'm going to uh, not euthanize my extra fish, then I have to mail them, and I should really participate and mail them because you want to know what? I really do enjoy getting fish in the mail. You know what I mean? Like I don't like packing them, but I should do my part. You know what I mean? So that everybody is getting fun things in the mail, and we all can have each other's fishes and stuff like that, and have a fun story to go along with our tank. I love it. Yeah, only Oscar. I feel you 100%. You're chicken to ship fish. Like you're not the only one. I mean, some fairly notable people in our community are scared to ship fish. Chattanooga Ed would not would not hesitate to tell you that he's scared to ship fish. And then there's lots of people that they don't say they're scared to ship fish. They say straight up that they won't ship fish. Like, you know what I mean? And like they're like, I decided it's not worth the risk. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm willing to risk what's extra. You know what I mean? For a hope and a dream of another tank in another state. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of into it. But yeah, I realize that the odds the odds against you are more than a lot of people are comfortable with. But it's amazing to me like how often it works. You know what I mean? Like I like that. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Junior bringing fish to the Finding. And right, I mean, like traveling with fish is also a risk. And honestly, I feel more confident in my shipping than like taking fish to an event and things like that. And I've done both, but I've done more shipping, and I think that is why I'm more comfortable with it. When I go to that Texas Star thing, I told Fish Tank Barn Mike that I would since I'm driving over from Austin to San Antonio, only an hour away. I told him that I'd bring my packing supplies and everything, so that if there's something at that event that he wants, we can bag it and ship it, and then when he gets home, it'll be there. You know what I mean? He could be there for the other end of it because he was saying that he was going to fly and he doesn't know about traveling with fish and whether he wants to do that. So he probably wouldn't get anything. And I was like, well, you know, if you run into something that's special, you know what I mean? Like, let me know, and like, I'll just bring my supplies so you'll have the supplies that you need to like ship it, and then we can get it shipped for you. You know what I mean? Like, and he was like, I might, yeah. And he said he might take me up on that. So, and I'm looking forward to seeing quite a few people over there. I'm going to meet Mexicali, who's been to town once, but I was working, so I wasn't able to make lunch with them because I was sleeping. Um, uh, that's the only one I can think of right now because now I'm camera shy. How about that? Boop, boop. Let's move this up a little bit. Hold on, this one too. Hang on, I'm almost got all the clips closed, guys. I'm going to stop wiggling in just a second. All right, here we go. Dance monkeys. But I've done a lot of clearing out. You'll see as the fish on the left swims away, but just because all the way back, it's tiger bow, it just takes the depth out of the tank when you look at it. And this one, the Swasser Tang, you can see that it's grown very, very high. Let me drop it down just a little bit to show you. See, it's very thick. It's growing over the sponge filter in the back. I want to get right at the surface line so you guys can see them do their thing. So yeah, let's talk, homies. Whoa, you guys are talking some stuff I don't even know about. Hold on, I gotta catch up. Couldn't figure out the FedEx app. For the FedEx app, sign in normally, then click the settings wheel, sign up for a shipping account with another email, log out of the other account and into the shipping account. I don't know. Okay, so our George RB3 is 2 hours south, and he doesn't make the club in Portland, and you never make the Eugene club, so you guys aren't running into each other on the regular. Well, it's bound to happen eventually. I believe eventually all of us in chat will be somewhere near somebody. You know what I mean? Like we'll all meet each other. We all won't meet each individual member, but we will all meet each other where it happens, which is nice. Elaine isn't scared to ship fish. Haven't figured out how to get the FedEx shipping label and pay for it. Okay, yeah. You can drop them off at Walgreens a block away. I go into the post office. I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And while Monday can be a little bit hectic in the morning, Tuesday has seemed to be like pretty easy. It's been nice. Not much of a line, and the workers at the Manchac office uh, seem to be like the same, like 4 or 5 people. So I've gotten to know them a little bit. They seem nice. They're real nice about explaining to me how to do what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. Or if I have the wrong thing, they'll let me know how I can fix it. You know what I mean? Like they're real cool. So they're real nice about it, even though it's probably the same thing they've said like 17 times that day. So they're like showing some real patience. In the right hand tank, that bristlenose pleco is a very proud man. He has gotten his bristles in. They are beautiful. He's been hanging out outside from underneath the Siswasser tank and hanging on the side of the tank towards the back. So I've been getting good looks at him from the other side of that tank, which is where the washer and dryer are. So when you're doing some laundry and you turn on the light, he's there hanging out. Yeah, the Siswasser tank is real happy. I'm like trying to manage it and not let it grow so thick that it starts like compressing down on itself and the stuff on the bottom stops dying. But I think Siswasser Tang, in my experience thus far, has been less less like Java Fern or no Java Moss, sorry, or what's the other moss that I've had? It's the other common one. Anyway, both of those I've had like grow really big, like fill up like most of the tank, and then slowly die back. So it seems like it ends up like collapsing on itself, and maybe the Swasser tank because it doesn't like a lot of light, and it's only one cell thick, so the light can penetrate further down in it. So I think that might be why it's doing better, if I had to guess. Okay, that's cool. The dimensions don't matter when you do the flat rate under 50 pounds. That's kind of cool. I've just been doing the United States Postal Service medium or large boxes. The small boxes are like good enough for wrapped phone, like, so I can't put any fish in there. So I've been using the medium or the large box. So it's like 24 or 19. Yeah, we'll see how it goes with the post office. I might end up switching from them at some point. There you go. So yeah, and there's a UPS store and a FedEx store like just as close as the post office to me. Like my location is really really great. I'm really happy with my location in the city. Pretty much get all my interactions and errands done without like moving from a 3 mile square area. And because of work, I cross town like 3 days a week. So if there's something I need to do on the other end of town, I've got several days that I can handle that. That sucks, CC. Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes is for the box to get sat in the wrong spot. Seems like temperature is the variable that affects them the most. There's other things that are very important, but that's the part of the process that when things go wrong, that's what happened. That bristle nose is going ham. I love it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are problems and stuff like that. One of the post office workers was telling me that they ended up with a box full of chicks, like baby chickens, and nobody ever picked it up, and that disturbed them quite a bit. And I was like, yeah, that that sounds bad. That's not cool at all. Yeah, I loved my hill stream loaches. They didn't thrive. I got five and ended up with three fairly quickly, like within the first like 10 days. I think I ordered them from Aquahuna, and then the other three dwindled down to one over a period of like a year or like 12 to 18 months, I think. That last one might have made the 2 year mark. You know what I mean? But like if the fish only lasts like 2 years, for like most of them when their normal lifespan is like 4 or 5 years at least, if not longer, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I gave them a shot. I kept them. I learned about them, but they were not thriving. You know what I mean? Like that makes me feel like um, if I got some more, that I would alter the way that I had done it the time before to try and get them uh, better, a better uh, outcome for sure. And for a lot of these fish, it's just going to be like my water's really hard and stuff like that. And a lot of fish don't like super hard water. So when I'm able to build my own water with an RO system, is when I would try some of these things again. Like I didn't do well with a couple of chocolate gourami that I bought. I bought them at Aquashella and then brought them home. It was my first time like bringing fish home and traveling with fish. So I can't tell you whether it was a problem with the vendor. Probably not. Probably more with my handling of them, getting them home, and then the water parameters not being good for them. And so they just didn't adjust well. It was too much handling. Too much handling. Key ecosystem is payment ecosystem. You have rock water. They seem fine. Are you talking about the chocolate gouramis only, Oscars? Which fish are you talking about there? Oh, giant guppy died for literally no reason, and I only had her 3 months. That sucks. Yeah, see, sometimes those big females, I've noticed that the guppies and the others, sometimes they die like inexplicably, and I've kind of been leaning towards thinking of it as like a problem with like the birthing process, just because they were so large when they died. Like maybe there was some sort of complication that way. But yeah, I agree. I don't know why or how that happens. Ladies and gentlemen, I missed telling you, welcome to the witching hour when it turned midnight, but it's 12:29 a.m. Thursday, April 3rd. My mother has a new knee. I appreciate all of you for coming out this evening to hang out with me for a few minutes, for a little whiles, and look at some fish. Makes my week actually. This is one of the few things on my to-do list this week that I was excited about. You know what I mean? I was ready. I did my part. You know what I mean? Like I did stuff, but having coffee with you guys and getting amped up talking about fish and stuff is way more what I'm interested in these days. So, as always, I love you guys and have a great week. I'll be in the chat as I can, stuff like that. Probably a little bit of lurking. I'll try to let you guys know when I'm there. If I'm going to be able to watch more than like 10 minutes of it. Otherwise, I'll just be hitting that thumbs up. You know what I mean? Supporting people. You know what I mean? And just like looking in for a sec and then back to work. Have no clue. She was alone in the water was fine. She literally was ready to come out of quarantine. Passed for no reason. And yeah, you found nothing wrong with the investigation afterwards. Yeah, I think that's really cool, Cece, that you're willing to do that kind of work. I haven't, but I think that I could find out more answers if I did in some cases. You know what I mean? To see like, oh well, these kidneys are all withered, so something happened there. You know what I mean? Or there's this sort of like blockage in their intestine, so that might have been what it was. You know what I mean? Like sort of a thing. But I also know that sometimes you open them up and you don't learn anything. But you know, you got to try. So I think that's actually really cool that you do that. But I love you guys, and I'm getting out of here. You guys have a great night. I'll see you around the streams.